Hey everybody, this is Travis Fritts from Old Nation Brewing Company. I am here to talk about Solace Spiced Black Lager, which is the winter offering from our lager series that we've been running all year. We are coming into Solace Spiced Black Lager off of Technishe Pils, which among the brewers was probably our favorite of the year. Although we really liked all of them, it'd be hard to choose. But we've been making pretty pure sort of standard styles all year with an alt beer, a dark lager, and a pilsner. And we're switching it up a little bit for the winter in Solace. So the word Solace means comfort or to give comfort. And it is a black lager. And the idea of a black lager is one that is up for debate depending on where you come from. So, for example, in Germany, black lagers are meant to be pilsners in function almost completely that are black. So you don't get a lot of roast. You don't have a lot of deeper malt character necessarily, although the technique they use to brew does pull as much character out of malt as possible. But what you tend to get is, again, a really light kind of what you'd think of when you think about a lager, just with a black coloring that generally comes from dehusked wheat or a really judicious use of black patent malt, or in some cases, even in Germany, a Reinheitsgebot approved malt-based beer coloring. Actually, most commonly, if you get a black lager from Germany, it will be colored, at least in part, by one of those Reinheitsgebot approved extracts. For our black lager, we are giving it a little bit of a roasted character in order to support the spices. You will be able to pick up on it, but it's not prominent like it would be in a porter or stout. For all intents and purposes, this is a dark lager, similar to, but not the same as the Finestrum we made earlier in the year. So that's the base beer. The spices we're looking at are mandarin zest. And we think that mandarin is a little bit sweeter of a character in the sort of orange family, which goes really well with the warm spices that we put in there. And so warm spices, when we say that, we mean we're including vanilla, a little cinnamon, nutmeg, mace, a little tiny bit of star anise, a little tiny bit of clove, and actually some dried chili peppers as well, but not enough really to give it a heat, just enough to accompany that sort of character of warmth that the spices will carry. But I think maybe one of the most interesting things we're putting in here is a speculoos cookie extract that we were able to get from one of our extract merchants, a really good one, Amaretti. Speculoos cookies are ginger cookies. They're commonly served in Holland. If you've been on an airplane and gotten airplane cookies, they quite often are speculoos cookies. So a really sort of gingery, graham floury flavor, which we find extremely interesting and perfect to marry with the warm spices, the little tiny bit of kind of dried pepper flavor that is underwriting all of it, and then the tiny hint of roasted character from the black malt ends up all adding up. It's a long way to say that what it adds up to is a light, drinkable, dark beer with a real character of warmth for the winter. And you'll see on the label that we put a little fire there in order to kind of evoke that same spirit that's inside the beer. So we hope everybody likes it as much as we do. We're really excited about this kind of nuanced lager beer and our ability to kind of fiddle around with nuance in spices over an already nuanced beer, and not one goes hand in hand with the other and doesn't overshadow the other. So long way of saying we're proud of the beer. We hope you love it, and we'll talk to you soon.